Top takes from China's NPC: GDP target about 6.5%, deficit target 2.6%, defense spending plus 8.1%. That's from TikTok News. Significant pledge to cut tariffs on autos and consumer goods, open telecom, healthcare, NEV sectors, and of course defense spending. The US president praising Xi's power grab. He's now president for life. I think that's great. Maybe we'll have to give that a shot someday, he said. My article over the weekend was about Xi Jinping, president for life. Xinhua pronounced this historical announcement. The Central Committee of the CCCP proposed to remove the expression that the President and Vice President of the People's Republic of China shall serve no more than 2 consecutive terms from the country's constitution. In one fell swoop, President Xi Jinping was president for life, as this will surely be confirmed at the National People's Congress session that's happening now in Beijing. The New Yorker magazine wrote, "Last year, during several trips in which I traveled across China by train, 2 things in particular caught my attention. First, the red hammer and sickle. Second, the only image I saw more frequently in elementary school classrooms, in airports and shopping malls, on billboards, on highways and in rice paddies, was the face of President Xi Jinping. Each image was identical, the country's supreme leader with raven black hair and a face fastidiously airbrushed to erase any hint of human blemish, smiling calmly against a sky blue background, an unimpeachable deity in an officially atheist state." It is difficult to measure pushback, but the China Digital Times reported a list of terms excised from Chinese websites by government censors includes the letter N, Orwell's novel's Animal Farm in 1984, and the phrase Zedong. Search terms blocked on Sino Weibo include disagree, personality, cult, lifelong, immortality, emigrate, and shameless. Even Winnie the Pooh recently found himself subject to China's latest internet crackdown. Even Winnie the Pooh found himself recently subject to China's latest internet crackdown. In July, references to the cartoon bear on Sino Weibo were removed after his image was compared to President Xi. Dissent is measured and snuffed out very quickly in China. China has unveiled a digital panopticon in Xinjiang, where a combination of data from video surveillance, face and license plate recognition, mobile device locations and official records to identify targets for detention. Xinjiang is surely a precursor for how the CCCP will manage dissent. The actions in Xinjiang are part of the regional authorities' ongoing Strike Hard campaign and of President Xi's stability maintenance and enduring peace drive in the region. Authorities say the campaign targets terrorist elements, but it is in practice far broader and encompasses anyone suspected of political disloyalty. Xi Jinping has set out his stall. He is deploying sharp power rather than soft power. I appreciate that the USS Carl Vinson is sailing around the South China Sea, but make no mistake, China has elbowed everyone aside in that sea and is now accelerating its position in the Indian Ocean. It seems that we're in the middle of a base race across the Indian Ocean, said David Brewster. The Indian Ocean, which borders Africa, the Middle East, Asia, Australia, is home to major sea lanes and choke points that are crucial to global trade. Nearly 40% of the world's offshore petroleum is produced in the Indian Ocean, which also has rich mineral deposits and fisheries. From Sri Lanka's Hambantota port, which China has snaffled up for 99 years, to Gwadar port in Pakistan's Baluchistan, to Djibouti, to the Maldives, and surely soon somewhere in East Africa, China is growing its geopolitical footprint. President Obama's pivot to Asia, which has metasized into the Quad, US, Japan, India, and Australia, when was intended to contain China, is being bust wide open. Xi Jinping is making a pygmy of India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is surrounded on all sides. Pepe Escobar, who writes in the Asia Times, says Xi has all but announced his major moves. The Chinese dream, or China as a stable middle-income nation, BRI as a connectivity vector integrating not only Eurasia but also Africa and Latin America. The increasing influence of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, as well as the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Last year I wrote about Xi Jinping's One Belt, One Road program, binding the world to Beijing because the roads and railways have but one destination, and that is China. It was not long ago that the US was pronounced a hyperpower, a colossus that bestrode the world unchallenged. Fast forward and you will note that Xi Jinping and his able wingman Vladimir Putin have chipped away at the foundations of the hyperpower. This is the New Yorker article. Each image was identical. The country's supreme leader smiling calmly against a sky blue background, an unimpeachable deity in an officially atheist state. Then saying the announcement made last Sunday that the party is proposing to abolish term limits for the presidency further confirms the notion that Xi aims to be something other than just another leader in a parade of apparatchiks. In October, when he presided over the 19th Communist Party Congress, where his doctrines were enshrined in the Constitution, I wrote that Xi's status licensed him to play an almost imperial role in shaping the fate of the nation. Shortly after the term limits pronouncement, a widely shared image of China's last emperor Pu Yi with the caption "Emperor calls, is my king dynasty returning" was banned on WeChat. China also banned George Orwell's Animal Farm, the letter N, in a census bolster Xi Jinping's plan to keep power indefinitely. And then I was asking, about Xinjiang, and I was saying, is Xinjiang the precursor? China will build massive and strong air and naval defense, He says China's military will rally around the leadership of Xi Jinping.